Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like this video, to comment on this video, and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, you guys, subscribe below. If you're watching this, you're gonna love the content. We talk about travel, solo travel in particular. We talk about healing, and we talk about lifestyle. I upload weekend and weekly vlogs here and there as much as possible. I take you into my world, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so join me. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you have been rocking with me, you're loyal, you're smart, you're kind, you're perfect. All right. So let's get into the topic of discussion today. As you can see by the thumbnail, we are talking about some solo travel discrimination. Okay. Now, in this world of inclusivity that we live in today, I'm not understanding why us beautiful solo travelers are getting discriminated against. So let's talk about it, okay? Now, if you are true to this and not new to this, you will know, no, I'm kidding, even if you are new to this, you will know as a solo traveler that when you travel to resorts, whether it be all-inclusive or just a normal resort, you are going to be hit with that additional fee for occupying a two-person room. Now, wait. Don't even say it. I'm not occupying a two-person room. There's only one bed in there. There's no pull-out couch. It's just me. Sweetie, when you go to a resort, whether there's one bed or 5 beds in the room, you are occupying a room for 2 people. Crazy, I know, but that's how they look at it, okay? So basically, let's say you're going to a resort in a 2-person team, right? Mom and dad on a vacation. 2 friends on a girls trip, right? 2 guys on a guys trip. You and your cousin on a family trip. When you go as a 2-person team, let's say you're going to Mexico, right? The total package for everything is going to be $1,800. $900 you're paying, $900 the other occupant is paying. Put it all together, there you go. $1,800, right? Now, when you go as a solo traveler, keep in mind, no matter what type of room you get, no matter what bed size you get, whatever, you are occupying a 2-person room. The way the resorts look at it is, if I can get $1,800 out of this room, or $1,500 or $1,600, whatever the pricing breakdown is, they want to get as close to that amount as possible with a solo traveler. Because if they can make that money off of the room, why would they want to lose out on money because you're traveling alone, right? So what they'll do is that $900 price for each person, if you were traveling with an additional occupant, that $900 now jumps $500, $600, $700, probably in this economy today up to $900, right? So whereas one person is paying $900 when you're with more than one, that person on their own will be paying about $1,400 for that same room, or $1,500 for that same room, right? So I have always felt like, and I'm sure every other solo traveler has the same gripe, I've always felt like that's extremely unfair, because if you choose to travel solo, why should you be penalized for that, right? We still need a place to stay. We're still paying to stay. We're still utilizing any amenities that are not free. So i.e. the spa, upgrades, anything that's not free on the resort, booking excursions, whatever, right? Shuttle service, all of that. So if we're still paying to lay and to play, why are we penalized because we're coming alone, right? Like, some solo travelers literally travel because they just have them in life. They don't have a family, they don't have a spouse, they don't have kids. So why are we being punished because we're traveling alone, right? We're not asking for a deal. We're just asking to have equal rights. If you're booking a party of 2 and they're each paying $900, why not allow me to pay $900? Why do I have to pay for the person that isn't traveling with me? Like, that's messed up, right? So I've always had that gripe, but I feel like maybe there's nothing we can do about it because it's been, a rule for so long. But I feel like if enough of us complain, come on, make this inclusive. You know what I mean? Like, maybe resorts should have certain rooms that are meant for solo travelers. Certain rooms, maybe a floor set aside for us, a little corner set aside for us. Because honestly, I don't do hostels. I know a lot of people will say like, oh, well, it'll be really cheap if you do a hostel, but I'm not doing a hostel, y'all. I've done my research on it. I've looked into it. I'm not going to say I would never do it because given the right circumstance, the right country, the right time frame, and the right hostel, maybe I would. Maybe I'll change my mind. But right now, the way that I feel about hostels, I don't think that I would do one. I don't think I'm comfortable with it. If you want more information on that, let me know. I can make a video about that. If not, you guys can do your own research on hostels, okay? Not saying they're bad. Plenty of people use them and are satisfied with them. It's just my preference, I guess, right? So basically what I'm saying is that's been an issue for a while, and I feel like the resorts need to do something about it because we're being inclusive now, right? We've got all different types of things going on to include everyone, to celebrate everyone, and I just feel like it's only right to include solo travelers as well. Like, why are we being punished because we're traveling solo? Like, this is a real, I know I'm joking, but this is actually kind of like a petty type of thing. Like, I feel like it's really petty that everyone else gets to be included and, considered, but we're chopped liver because we don't want to travel with other people. Okay, so now my other gripe, you guys, I've been seeing with my 2 good eyeballs that a lot of tour companies and a lot of excursion companies are now requiring a 2-person minimum in order to book an excursion or a tour. Now, let me tell you why that's petty. I don't know which one is more petty, okay? That we got to pay extra to stay in a room or that we got to pay double to do a tour and excursion. Now, y'all should know better than this because I feel like even when you are in a group, like it could be a 5-person group. A lot of the reasons why group travel tends to create arguments is because people don't have the same interests. People don't have the same level of adventure, excitement, whatever, right? So like, even if you're in a group of 5, who's to say all 5 of these people want to go jet skiing? Who's to say all 5 of these people want to go scuba diving? Who's to say all 5 of these people want to go zip lining? So even in that group of 5, one person may dip off and be like, hey, I'm going ziplining alone because no one else wants to do it with me and I'm determined to do this, right? Or they may say, hey, I'm going to jump off of this waterfall on my own and I'm determined to do it. None of my other friends can swim. I'm booking this excursion on my own. But now you got to have a 2-person minimum. Where am I supposed to find this other person? And then how are we going to break down the cost? Because when you book tours and excursions, you literally have to pay for them at that moment. So am I supposed to like race around the resort and be like, hey, who wants to come? Hey, what random stranger wants to come? Like, that's odd. Or am I supposed to just pay the extra fee for another person, which these, I don't know if you guys have ever been on excursions or tours, but they're pricey. Most of them start at $100. The most I've ever paid for an excursion was $400 for one person. So they're not cheap. So Am I really supposed to pay double because I want to go horseback riding? Am I really supposed to pay double because I want to go parasailing? Like, this is getting out of hand. At this point, y'all are not considering solo travelers at all. And I get it. Everything's going up. Maybe you're considering the cost of fuel for the catamaran that you have to fuel up. Maybe you're considering the cost of fuel for the shuttle that you're shuttling us from place to place. Maybe you're considering who you have to pay out for these zip lining instructors. And I get it. But when are we going to stop crunching down on solo travelers? It's bad enough that we're paying all this on our own, which is, something that we sign up for, right? When you sign up to be a solo traveler, you know that you're not splitting the cost of lodging with anyone. You know that you're not splitting the airline ticket prices with anyone. You know that you don't have anyone to come pay for your meals, or y'all swap out on meals or split the cost of Uber or whatever it may be. So we know what we sign up for there, and we can bite that bullet. But when it comes down to now I have to pay $1,700 for lodging, where everyone else that stays in this same room, because they stay with another person, they're paying $600 or they're paying $800. So now I'm having to bite that bullet as well. Now you mean to tell me I got to pay double to book an excursion? Mind you, you guys, these aren't anything super crazy or amazing. Like, it's not like I'm getting driven from one end of the island to the other and I'm staying in some luxurious, super modern hotel for 2 nights and waking up to breakfast in bed, and then I'm riding a unicorn through the valley, and then I'm getting like steaks put on my lap while I get a head to toe hot stone massage. Like, it's literally horseback riding. It's literally jet skiing. It's literally parasailing. It's literally a group catamaran ride. It's literally snorkeling, like your everyday activities. And they're now saying you have to pay double, or you have to have a 2-person minimum. Where's this person coming from? The person's not on the trip with me. So where am I going to find the person? And it's like, are y'all thinking about this when you set these rules, or are y'all just doing what works best for you? Because I feel like there's other ways to go about this. Like, y'all can think of any other way to solve this to solve this problem. Is it a problem where y'all aren't getting enough people to book the tours? So now you're saying, okay, a 2-person minimum. Because I don't even feel like that's working in your favor, because if enough people aren't booking the tours, period, just because you say a 2-person minimum doesn't mean more people are going to book. If they don't want to book, they're not going to book. So if you're having trouble filling up these spaces, the 2-person requirement or 3-person requirement is not going to work if people do not want to do it. Trust me, I have been, even though I am a devoted solo traveler, prior to my solo travels, I have been on a few group trips. And I vividly remember people not wanting to do the same thing. I literally remember veering off with 1 person or 2 people to do something that maybe the other group of 7 or 5 or 6 did not want to do. I literally remember maybe 1 person going off to do something that the others didn't want to do. I also remember being on a trip with just 1 other girl, and me being very adventurous and wanting to do certain things and her not wanting to do them. So it's like, is making this 2-person minimum really going to bring in more people to fill those spots? Or is it going to keep the same people that we're going to book anyway? And now you're having more people, discouraged from booking because you're saying it has to be 2 people. What if 2 people don't want to go? What if that's the whole issue, is that we're doing this because others don't want to and we're still determined to have this experience? So what do you guys think? Comment below whether you are a solo traveler or not. Do you think this is fair? Do you think this is something that, maybe will change if enough people complain? Or do you feel like it's something we're just going to have to deal with? Let me know below, okay? And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.